The greatest team to have ever played the beautiful game have suffered yet another disappointing draw in Europe, making that one win in 11 matches. However, one of the biggest talking points after the match was Ten Hag's choice of substitution. In the 73rd minute, Ten Hag opted to bring Antony on rather than Amad, who many fans, including myself, would have brought on instead. The question is Ten Hag's decision-making blinded by favouritism, or was there a reason behind this substitution? Let's take a look. First of all, when questioned about his choice of substitutions, this is what Ten Hag had to say. Amad, he's doing very well, but I must also reward the performances of Antony in training. He is a threat almost every training, so I felt in that moment to bring him to decide the game. It's very easy for us to look at Antony as fans from a bigger picture perspective and say he's a flop, because at this stage he almost definitely is, but there is one area that us as fans don't see, and that's the training pitch. We pick players based on how they've performed over 90 minutes, whereas Ten Hag is watching hours of these players playing in between games. As a result, he clearly thinks that Antony is more threatening in training than Amad, and that is why he picked him over Amad. Now, when we look at the stats from the actual game against Fenerbahçe, you can see what Ten Hag's talking about when it comes to being threatening. Now, obviously, Amad only played 6 minutes, whereas Antony played 16, but when we look at the stats, you can see that Antony did create at least one chance when he came on, whereas Amad didn't, which may back up Ten Hag's point on being more threatening in training. In order to really see if Amad is being treated unfairly, though, we need to look at some numbers. Amad has currently featured in 11 games, picking up 544 minutes, scoring 1 goal and grabbing 1 assist. Antony has currently featured in 5 games, picking up 155 minutes, scoring 1 goal, which, to be fair, was a penalty. Now, this isn't a shiz on Amad Diallo video, because I'm actually in agreement with a lot of people. I would have preferred for him to come on instead of Antony, but when you look at these stats, there's not all that much separating Antony and Amad, given the lack of minutes that Antony has received, meaning that essentially it was a toss of the coin for Ten Hag with which player to sub on, and given that Ten Hag said that Antony was really threatening in training, that's what most likely gave him the edge in being subbed on. Now, was this the wrong decision? I personally believe so, and so do a lot of the fans, and even the Fenerbahçe hierarchy, as per Laurie Whitwell, agree. Some in the Fenerbahçe hierarchy were stunned Amad Diallo had not come on sooner yesterday, and they feared the worst when his first touch from an excellent crossfield pass by Mazraoui took him beyond Mert Mulder. And although I don't wish injuries on any player, the injury Antony picked up during the game may make Ten Hag's decision-making a lot easier in the future, with Amad being our certified third-choice winger behind Garnacho and Rashford. Hopefully, he can take the opportunities that come his way, because as I said earlier, he hasn't necessarily been a world beater this season. Is Amad getting treated unfairly? No, he's not. People are just looking for more clickbait headlines again. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, drop a like, and keep the faith in Ten Hag. Really appreciate you tuning in, and Godspeed.